Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, we had a Lamborghini Murcielago LP674 SV right here, and we were going to see if the scale is accurate on these things. Here it says scale 1 to 24, which would mean that it's 24 times too small. And the more I thought of it, I kept thinking it's got to be off by a lot. So I thought of it as like volume. You wouldn't increase all three dimensions like that. You have to do it proportional. So it doesn't make sense to me, but let's just see if just multiplying each of the dimensions by 24 would work. Here are our measurements from yesterday, and we can see, let's see here. So this is where we measured it, 7 3/4. So it's, before we go there, I wanted to make a little range of what if we're off. And I was thinking, looking at here, that if I'm off, I can't be off by more than 1/4 of an inch, I would say. So 1/4 of an inch, which is 4 quarters and a whole, that would be times 24. 1/4 times 24 would be 6 inches. So on a real Murcielago, on a real Lamborghini, we're gonna try not to be off by more than 6 inches. We're gonna make that our range of what we're gonna allow here. So 7 3/4. What we want to know is that if we multiply, let's go 7 3/4, which is 7.75. If we multiply that by 24, we get 186 inches. And if we come over here and we type in how long is a Lamborghini Murcielago, it is up to 185 and 2/10 of an inch, and we had 186 inches. We are off by 8/10 of an inch. Wow. Okay, so that means the length is this length is pretty proportionate. It's pretty accurate. Let's do the width. The width is 3.5 times 24. We get 84. Let's take a look. We're just gonna change the word long to how wide is a Lamborghini. 81, and we have 84. We're off by 3 inches, which is less than our 6-inch range. And the last one was the height, and the height was the one that felt wrong when I was measuring it. When I was measuring it, it feels like it's closer to 2, like more like 1 7/8. But I didn't want to give a fraction that difficult, but let's just go with what we went with yesterday. Multiply that by 24, it should be 42 inches. And let's go how tall? Let's go tall. How high? How tall is a Lamborghini Murcielago? 3 feet 9 inches. Okay, now we have 42, so if we divide that by 12, it's 3.5. That's 3 feet 6 inches. We are off by 3 inches. And you know what? Just for fun, let's go with the 1 7/8. So, which would be those people that remember 875. That would be 7/8 is 875 thousandths. And if we multiply that by 24, which is 45 divided by 12, which is 3 3/4, which is 3 feet 9 inches, it would be exact. Wow. Which makes me wonder. I want to almost check all of the other dimensions on here just to get it even closer than 1/4 of an inch, because I bet you it would be exact. I take it back. This is accurate. This is very, very accurate. That is a very true thing. I'm gonna have to check all my kids' Legos and stuff. All right. Well, today, happy spring. I woke up this morning and found out that today was the first day of spring. I thought the first day of spring was always March 21st or March 20th. And I learned this morning that today was the first day of spring. I didn't realize that. March 19th. Kind of interesting fact. I had to look that up because I was like, whoa, I always thought it was the 20th or 21st. And actually the 19th is a possibility to be the first day of spring. Here's some crazy science for you. It's been 124 years. 1896 was the last time the first day of spring was on March 19th. Today is a very special day. This will only happen once in your lifetime, and some people it never happens in their lifetime. Over a century it takes for it to be on March 19th. Kind of crazy. So that got me thinking about spring. Now, if we understand why today is the first day of spring, it has to do with the equinox. It has to do with the revolution of the Earth around the sun. The Earth, as we know, is tilted on its axis, and today is the day. So it's either tilted towards the sun or away from the sun. So either the northern hemisphere is getting more direct sunlight or the southern hemisphere, except on the first day of spring and the first day of fall, or first day of autumn. Those are the days where it's pretty much lined up perfectly, which means the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere are getting the same amount of sun, which means our days are about exactly the same amount of day and night all around the globe, which is a pretty incredible day that happens twice a year, which made me wonder, how long is spring before we get to summer? Summer is when we hit the height of that, and winter, of course, is the furthest away. So it made me wonder, how long is spring? And when I thought of it, there's 4 seasons. It makes sense to me that they're equal length, and there's 365 days in a year. Well, 365, an odd number, is not divisible by 4. How does that work? I mean, is winter and summer equal lengths? I don't know all of a sudden. And I know it's a leap year, so we got to factor that in. 366, an even number. You would think that would be better. But then when I thought about it, 366 is not divisible by 4 either. 360, 364, 368. 366 doesn't work either. This is like mind-blowing right now for me. So, what I'm going to do is, for tomorrow, is calculate how long is spring. I'm kind of curious. How long is summer? How long is winter? How long is the fall? And I encourage you to try to see if you can solve that too. Get a calendar. It's probably marked first day of spring. Just so you know, today, March 19th, is the first day. June 20th will be the first day of summer. I believe. Actually, now I'm not sure anymore after I was wrong about today. So I'm sure your calendar is marked. If you can find a calendar around the house, you can just count the days. You can start thinking 30 days has December, April, June, and November. You can count your knuckles to try to figure out how many days in each month, and see if we can figure this out. But that's the challenge for today. How long is spring? How long is summer? How long is the fall? And how long is winter? We're going to get out!